Alright guys, I'm adding some standoffs now again to the other two boards I haven't installed yet. And this is the ones I'm going with this time. Actually a little shorter. I think this is M3. This is what I'm using. You want to make sure it's not too long. I'll show you what I did here. When you have this lined up, you want to have it a little tiny gap there. You want like a millimeter or two to fit for the, that's for the fiberglass to fit through. Because if you have that flush to the template, it's going to sit lower than the template, and it's not going to look flush. It's not going to look flush from the front. So you want to have a little bit of a gap from the standoff to the template, and that's for the fiberglass to fit in there. Okay, so I got all these on here, all the standoffs. Okay, ready to go. All I got to do is make my cutout in the upper console, and he wants this one installed too. Same thing, leave a little gap up in there. Okay, and this one I still got to figure out where we're going to mount this one. The standoffs are ready to go. And I did find in the box, I thought it didn't come with it, but I did find the numeric display. Only problem I have with this one is there's only one hole here for mounting. There's none at the top. You see that? They should make the board a little bit higher, just, you know, so you can add another hole. So that kind of sucks, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure if you cut the hole for this one precise and make it real tight, it'll be able to hold in there just from the border of this numeric display. And there's no template for this, it just goes right in there. So we'll have to cut that one really precise into the upper consoles, that way it fits nice and snug. Anyway, so I spent about 15 minutes putting these standoffs on, getting it prepared. I will put in the description where you can find these standoffs. I bought this whole little kit online. You know, it comes with all kinds of different sizes. So it's a great kit, and I'll try to find where I bought it and post it into the description below, guys. Alright, Vic, I got a question for you. This thing comes with 3 triggers. One triggers the eject left, one triggers the eject right, and one is cancel. I was thinking about putting the cancel here so you can turn it off, because it'll stay on if you don't. And then what I could do is with the other 2 switches, I can run it through the fiberglass right next to it, like one right here and one down here. So you could just push it right here to turn them on. It wasn't like that in the show, but that's a good idea for you to be able to activate this. Or if you don't want to do it like that, I could just put the cancel in here and leave the other 2 of these wires in the back, and you can snip these later, cut them, and run this to your pod, to your eject left, eject right on your pod buttons. So yeah, Vic, let me know what you want me to do on this. For sure the cancel goes here, but the eject left and eject right, it might be easier for you just for me to mount it through the fiberglass off to the side of this board. So you can activate it there and be simpler. But if you want, I can not do that, and I'll just let you hook this up to your pod buttons later at a later time, and I'll just leave them off on the side. On the inside you can wire them up later, but I need you to let me know if you want me to do it like that or not. So let me know, man. Thanks. Guys, started working on this season 1 upper console again. Spent about 35 minutes on it. Took me about half hour to get this in. Okay, and it's in there perfectly now. See that? Nice and flush. And this literally fits in there so tight that you don't need any mounting brackets really. And what I used was a little chisel, my little dremel with a little bit, and I used one of these tiny little chisels here. I got a little kit here with a bunch of little tiny ones. This comes in handy for the little corners and stuff, to get the corners all sharpened up. Alright, so Vic wants me to install an eject module right here, and the way this goes is kind of like that on there. So the board sits way over here on the left, and then you got to put the switch over there on the right. So there's no way I'm going to fit this in here. It'll fit like this, but then the little cancel piece won't fit. So there's no way I can get it in there, you know, where it should be. It should be sitting like that, and as you can see, I can't mount it like that. So I was thinking I could probably mount it here on the side, right here. So it would be something like this. Okay, and it'd be something unique, you know. I've never seen anybody have one right there, or even on one of these. So let me know, Vic, what you think. I think it would go good here. Okay, in that location, kind of on the low side, because you need room for this to fit on the headliner too. You don't want it to keep you from fitting it on the headliner. Alright, and then I'll install this one first now. That way you can let me know if you like the idea of putting it here. That's pretty much the only place I can put it, actually. I could put it here if there wasn't a board here, but we have the other board to put in there, which is this one. Here's the little template for it. So that actually goes there. So alright, just about there. Okay. And we'll get the cover. The cover will go just like that. We'll screw it in. The cover will go screwed into the upper console, and we'll epoxy those standoffs that I already put on the inside. Alright, so when I'm fitting this in here, see, it's nice and flush. Okay, and then on the inside you can see the standoffs right where my finger is. It's perfect right there. So you want the standoff just a millimeter or two shorter than that board here, the electronic pipes. So when you put it through, you know, there's enough room for it to actually stick out a little bit on this side. Where the standoffs are going to be, take some 80 grit and just kind of scuff up where those standoffs will be so that the epoxy will stick. So when we put this in here, when we put the glue on the adhesive, the epoxy on these standoffs here, you want it to stick to that fiberglass. That's why I scuff it up a little bit. Alright, I'm going to mix up some epoxy. This is plastic epoxy and it works on fiberglass too. Sets in 5 minutes. Okay. Put this cap back on before it oozes out everywhere. Okay. And then I'll mix it with, I don't have any small brushes left, so I'll just use a little cotton swab thing. Okay. These kind of suck, but I don't have any brushes. I could have got some at the damn dollar store. So all we're going to do is take this board. Okay. I'm going to take this stuff. Try to get it on camera, guys.
And just ooze it on there. There we go. Kind of put a lot on there. Enough. This one needs a little more. And this one. Try not to get it on the board, because then it will stick to the board. Okay, once we got those all done, then we'll slap it back in place. Okay, and make sure you flip it over. Make sure it's in there straight. Alright, that looks pretty good. And that's pretty much it. You can grab a little bit more like that and then put it like kind of on the edge there just to give it a little more. This stuff will harden really hard stuff. Okay, it'll be like concrete when it's dry. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is put some foil tape on that to put pressure on it. Alright. It's shaking, okay. Alright, there you go. It's sitting in place. I put some foil tape just to keep it down while it sets and dries. And you can see that stuff's nice and thick right there on that on those ends. So it'll look like this when you're done. Okay, this stuff's pretty hard. When I did this one of them didn't harden, so I gotta put one on.